What's good, everybody? Whew, coming back with a real quick video here. That's just the current load I'm under. Don't worry about that. I'm the loads I'm gonna be taking next week. So it is what it is. So we're gonna go to take a look at 3 good states real quick. There are gonna be 3 states. One of them is gonna be my home state, Ohio. I think we're gonna look at Tennessee and Pennsylvania. The first one we're gonna look at is PA. You know, gotta love good old Pennsylvania, y'all. Everything coming out of there is just heavy. We're gonna do for 1 week. Yeah, 1 week. Let's take a look and see what's really going on out there. I'm hoping everybody having a good day, man. It's a little cold out right now. And like I said, I'm gonna start slowing it down when it comes to these loads, so you guys could take a look. One thing I could say though that I'm really starting to really aggravate the hell out of me is not being able to book more than 3 loads a week. Like, not being able to stack them as much as you possibly can. So that stuff is getting kind of annoying. Like, yeah. Some of these loads coming out of PA is just ridiculously bad. Like, not even, like, just look at this. 661 miles to go all the way to Manuka. Was that Manuka? Manuka. Yeah. Come on now, man. Who would do that? So, yeah, I mean, there are people that does it, though. I mean, I'm not going to be the one to do it. But let's take a look here. Now, I was thinking about, like, for me, I would go home on a load like this. It ain't paying much, like $600, like $1. I mean, if I was going home, but yeah, I'm gonna try to stay away from PA and going home because you get so ripped off. I just did this load last week to go see my grandbaby's game, but I ain't gonna be able to do it this week. I'm actually doing a 34-hour reset, you guys, over the road, because I end up getting down to Tiffin, Georgia. Now, I got paid detention pay for 10 hours, but basically, I got down to Tiffin, Georgia, and the load was supposed to, so like over here you got numbers like time frames, right? So if you got a 12:01 appointment, it can be dropped as soon as possible. 12:15, it could drop like a day early. 12:25 is 2 days earlier, something like that, something like that, right? Well, I had so I picked up in Ohio on Monday, and it was 800 something miles. So I'm like, cool, I'm just gonna drop it next day. Get all the way down there. She's like, yeah, your appointment ain't till like the 19th. Now, mind you, this was the 17th. So she's like, yeah, your appointment ain't till 5 a.m. Now, mind you, this is a Target. She's like, you can't drop for 12 hours early. So I'm like, but I was just here last week, and it's supposed to be a drop. Long story short, it messed me up. I had to go pick up a Kathleen load the next day because of it. Ended up sleeping at Kathleen. Man, just a lot of things just wasn't right, you know. So, yeah. It was that. It was one of those weeks. So, yeah. It is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. So, 29th. So look at these PA loads. They're not looking the greatest, you guys. So don't mind me. I'm just taking a hard, good look at it, and yeah. Now, when it comes to PA, they have plenty of loads, but just come on, man. Like, you can't be serious about this. Like, and I don't like to try to bash or, talk down about JB Hunt, but some of the things that they're starting to do right now is becoming quite blaring that is unacceptable. Very unacceptable. Okay. Going to like this, like something like this, right? Come on now, $1.30 a mile. I understand that they I don't think they should have a brokerage, so that's all they have for this. Okay, just going to take a look. Oh, sorry everybody. In Tennessee. All right. Sorry about that. I was just looking at my cellular device. Yes, the cellular device. All right, now while that's pulling up. So, and I'm just going to speak my thought process on it, okay? This is just my thought process. All right, and what I'm going to say, I'm probably going to get a little bit of pushback on, right? All right, so this is my thought process, and I could be wrong, so somebody correct me if I'm wrong. When it comes to the broker side of JB Hunt, right? And this is where I think they say, yeah, the highway load board is beneficial to us because it does fill in loads 100%, right? But you're double dipping. Okay, they're double dipping in a sense. Memphis, this would probably is kind of terrible. Yeah, I wouldn't take that. So let me tell you how I feel that they're double dipping. Okay, let's say just for regular, you're a person that's calling in needing a load move, right? All right, you need a load move from Indiana, let's just say Ohio, down to Knoxville, Tennessee. Is roughly 350 miles. You say, hey, we need it. Just say wherever it's going is 300 miles. Let's say you need it at, say you charge them $1,200 to move it, right? So $4 a mile, right? Do the quick math on this, right? You charge them $400 a mile, so it's $1,200, right? So 300 miles times by 4, that's $1,200, right? So right off the bat, let's just say it goes to the regular load board, right? Just a regular 360 load board. And let's say JB Hunters take a minus in 20% of that, right? So now that load went from $4 a mile, right, down, so it's 360. How many miles was it? 300. Now it's down to 320, right? Now that 960, right? Now, since nobody's going to probably take that, now somebody probably will take that. I'm just saying, use this for example. Say nobody does take it and it hits our board. It has no fuel surcharge. Then they take another 35%. Now you divide. Now you divide that by 3. Divided by 300. My bad. Divided by 300. And now it's $2.08 a mile. So they just double dip. They already got 20% from the initial taking of the load. Then they put it on our board and then take another 35%. So to me, I don't think that's acceptable. Okay, and that's just how it's being done. Okay, like, and that's just how it's being done. This is the prime example of that, right? So this load is a broker load, right? So JB Hunt has already took, the customer didn't pay $980. They just didn't. JB Hunt is not accepting a load for $2.12. It's just not going to happen, right? So what they do is they take their money off the top and then they retake 35%, which is very unacceptable. And I don't care what anybody say, that's exactly what's happening here. Exactly. So for me, I would say if you want us to continue to do the highway load board and want more of those loads taken, you can't double dip. You can't take 35%, I don't think. I don't think you should be able to take 35%. But that's just me. I'm sorry for the little rant there, you guys, but it's becoming very frustrating to keep myself wanting to continue to go here if I feel I'm being treated like an idiot when I'm not. Like, you know. So, yeah. I don't know, man. So, let's take a look at this Florida line. Here's another one, right? So $273 a mile, right? They didn't tell that customer that load 9 out of 10 was at like $320 a mile probably. So $960, right? So we're gonna say $960 times by 3.2, right? Then they take their 20%, right? They gonna take their 20% off the top, right? So yeah. And why y'all probably thinking like, I'm just saying that's what's happening. They take their 20%, then they put it on this load board with no fuel surcharge at $273 a mile, right? But then you take that number, you take that number at 266, so 26, well, what was it, 20? Did I do that math right? Yeah. Well, it's $1,700. Divide that by 962, it's $1.78 going into Florida. Come on, man, we got to do better than this, JB. You just got to do better than that. No matter how we look at it, man, you want people to stay around, but you're not doing it the proper way. Like, get away from these outside carriers and just give us the flat rate. You're already getting 35%. Like, you got to get rid of the outside carriers. That's where the problem is lying, that you're taking 55% of the load, period. You know what I mean? So yeah, the outside carriers are eating better because they're whatever their amount is. You know what I mean? Come on now. JB Hunt is doing just like the same with them. You know, so instead of like, let's just say they're taking 20%, they're taking 40%, because the outside carriers don't get 100%. I'm talking about the people that, yeah, they don't get 100% of the load. Well, yeah, they do, but some of the people they have their own outside authority and they're with them, they get like 80% or 90% of whatever it was. All right, here's the last one here. Ohio. We might do one more actually. I'm sorry for ranting and going through these super fast. It's frustrating to have to work so hard for, I ain't gonna say for so less, because I'm still making money here, you know. So next Friday, since it's gonna be the last Friday, I'm gonna do a quarterly pay to see where I'm at quarterly. So after this next pay, so after this week, next Friday, I'm gonna do it every 3 months, just to see where I'm at, you know, because my goal was to average $8,000 take home a month, after expenses and stuff like that. And I think I'm close to that. Yeah, I think I'm close to that. So roughly it should be around $24,000 take home for 3 months. If I do that, eventually it's going to round itself up to close to 100. I'm going to get close to 100. So every quarter I want to do 25,000 take home. So yeah. Alright, hopefully this works now. Maybe it's because it is a lot of lows popping up. for Ohio for next week. I'm gonna try to show y'all if that load is on there, the one I be doing going down to Tiffin, but it probably won't be on there. I'm already booked up for next week. I got 3 loads already booked for next week. I gotta do a reset. Like I said, I'm gonna do a reset over the road once I drop this load off tomorrow or in the morning, whatever. I'll probably get up to Wisconsin probably. I don't know. It's not gonna show Ohio, everybody, because there's just too many loads coming out. Yeah. If it does it again, I'm gonna try to pull up the other load board and see. Yeah, so it's not doing it. So let's take a look at this. Just take a look at this load board here. Ohio, Ohio. Oh yeah, that's the city, my bad. We're just gonna look at the state of Ohio real fast. See if it pulls up anything on this load board. Today through the 8th and search. I don't know if it will. It might not. I don't know. It probably will pull up some loads. It's been a while since I actually been on this load board. All right, here we go. So this is all Ohio for the week. So let's take a look. Let's go rate per mile. Now, mind you, I can't get in here and look at the actual loads, like you see what I mean? So I can't get in there, but this shows you the breakdown of rate per mile and everything, right? Fuel surcharge, so you don't have to have me click on it to see fuel surcharges or anything like that. I have did this run before. This run is pretty nice coming out of the house. Lipstick is heavy. It is dog food. It is going to a Walmart. I have never did these two, even though I know they're Target consolidation. So basically it's like how you buy in bulk, like the stuff that might be slightly damaged or slightly used. It's not from Target, like, so just because like Target, if you smash the outside of a box of cereal, you know, they call it damage and they just put it aside, they don't put it on their shelves, right? These ones is that, how I know that is because you see how it says 15, it's 12:15, so it can be picked up a day early. But yeah, that's where that's going. Let's see, another dog food. Here's another dog food going to Virginia. Now this pays okay as well, but it's going to Walmart, but it's heavy, 44,000 pounds. Whew, break your truck status. Let's see, these ones aren't too bad. You could only if sometimes Walmart will let you drop same day, right? So if you have this low, sometimes we'll let you drop same day, you know, sometimes, not all the time. This is from my city. I've done this plenty of times just because you could pick it up, deliver next day if the load is ready. So what I would do is I go the day before the load. So like you see I was ready on the 25th, right? What I would do is I will go on the 24th, drop my trailer, have it loaded. They give me a call, and then I get up in the next morning. I drive that straight through. It's only 500 something miles. Drive it straight through. Boom, go to a truck stop. Same with this. Now you could drop this same day as well. It's 544 miles. But this, like I said, these are coming out of my city. Sandusky isn't too bad. They are all kind of heavy. All of those. I like taking this one, even though it doesn't pay that well, but it does get me to a better market inside of Illinois. You got South Elgin over there. You got Naperville, you got Wilmington, you got Paducah, you have obviously the Chicago part of it. You still got, you could dip up to Wisconsin, you could dip, up to, up that way. So that is a perfect little market. Now, does it pay the greatest? Absolutely not. But it isn't too bad. It's all flat land, even though it's kind of heavy. It's all cool. Finley, if these are I don't know which one this is in Finley. I'm not 100% sure. Dog food, I do this coming out the house. If it just say nothing, I would do it. You can pick up and deliver next day, even though it's a 2-day window. But you can pick up and deliver next day for like $1,000 or something like that. Not too bad. I'd never go to Philly. I would never, even in my wildest dreams, go to Philly ever again. This is, I want to see, this is that Miracle Grow or Seeds. Yeah, Lima is Procter & Gamble, heavy. Lipstick is the same thing, I want to say. Yeah, it's dog food as well. I don't know what these Akron ones are. They're like $1,700 that you could pick up and deliver next day. They're not too bad, but I just don't know. I don't know. I never tried them. I don't know if I ever will. Here's another Rockford. Going to Rockford. Yeah. Yeah. Beaver Dam. I'm going to Beaver Dam here. So these Pebble ones are heavy too. That's going up to Target. I never did none of these Jonesboro, but look at let's say I don't see any of them that does see. You see none of them. All these have fuel surcharges on them, so these are all contracted loads. Every last one of these, right? Even all the way down to these. They just don't have the rate on them, right? So all those are contracted loads, all of them. So yeah, it'd be like that. But I mean, so you have everything up, paying over $3 a mile. So my motto: if it's in the threes, it's in the twos, and the twos and the ones. So if it start off in the this might be two something still. So all right, everyone, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Let me know what cities and states you guys want me to do next week, and we're gonna go ahead and get on to that. Y'all be safe, stay warm. All right, y'all, peace out.